by the title, it says, How I Potty Trained My 2-year-old Son. Can you believe it? He is fully potty trained now. So I'm just gonna walk y'all through what my experience was. I am in no means an expert or anything like that, but I did think this would be helpful, or maybe you guys can take some tips from what I did and hopefully it can help you with your toddler or whoever that you're trying to potty train. So I have my notes here because I'm very type A. I need to have some type of structure of how I'm gonna blab this all out to you guys. So first off, how do you know your toddler is ready to start being potty trained? How I knew was Noah, whenever he would sleep and take naps, he would not pee while he was sleeping. So like he would hold in his pee when he was sleeping. So that already tells me right there, he's starting to have more bladder control. Whenever he would be sleeping 8+ hours throughout the night, and Fresco, aka my boyfriend, his dad, would go in there and, check to see if his diaper was wet, because he'd always change his diaper in the morning. He would see that his diaper would be dry, and then once he woke up, then he would pee. So that already right there is kind of a sign. And I didn't know that until my dad pointed it out to me, because he's a pediatrician. And I told him that. He's like, oh, that means like he's ready to potty train. And I was thinking, like, he's barely 2. Like, how does that mean that he's ready to potty train? So those are some signs right there. That's how you know, maybe it's time to potty train my kid. There's actually, like, a lot of people don't think to potty train until your kid is 2, but there actually in some countries that start potty training their kids as early as 6 months. Part 2. How do you even start? Like, how do you begin? What do you do? I just say just get right into it. There's no perfect way to start. So with Noah, I bought a little potty toilet thing. I just put him on there and just see what he would do when he tried pushing it out. Sometimes starting out, you're not gonna get anything, and that's okay. Like, don't get discouraged. Just keep trying, putting him on the toilet and see what happens. See if they're gonna push out the pee. For me, what I learned is, in my personal experience, buying the little potty toilet thing didn't really work. It seemed that since Noah saw us being on a toilet, that's what he wanted to be on. He didn't want his own toilet. It seemed like it was more motivating for him when he mimicked exactly what we were doing. So I never bought the little toilet attachment thing. I probably should have and still should, but I would just put him on our toilet and just back him up all the way on the back, and that just seemed like that motivated him more to pee. And that's when he would start pushing it out, because he saw that that's what we would do. So whenever I would go to the bathroom, look, mommy's on the potty, mommy's going pee-pee. And then eventually when I wanted him to do that, he would mimic that. And then you don't have to buy pull-ups right away. We started to notice that pull-ups are more expensive than diapers. So whenever you don't know exactly if you're gonna be consistent all day, every day, don't waste your money and buy pull-ups right away. You don't have to. The little ones that they have, the regular diapers, are just fine in the beginning. You just take it off, put him on the toilet, see what he does. Don't waste your money yet. A lot of people would tell me okay, you put him on the toilet every hour, put him on the toilet. Between that hour, it seemed like Noah would still would pee on himself, or he would still pee. So I noticed that if I did it every 30 minutes, I'd be able to catch him more and have him not pee on himself. So for me, it's every 30 minutes. I would just say for your kid, pay attention to how often your kid is peeing. If you see that your kid is not peeing until every hour, then that will work for you. But for us, it was every 30 minutes. So it does seem a little excessive, oh my God, throughout the whole day, every 30 minutes. But I'm telling you, repetition is everything. And when you're consistent and you have repetition, they will catch on, and it's very helpful. There was times that I'm oh, I start potty training, and I wouldn't be consistent, and that's gonna show. He was not consistently going on the toilet or telling me that he had to go pee, or he would pee on himself, you know. So you have to be really consistent, and whatever that number is and how often they pee, stick to that number and do it every single time. Eventually, once we were more consistent, I was like, okay, so like I'm being more consistent, he's being more consistent, we can buy pull-ups. What happened for us with pull-ups is, since it's still kind of like a diaper, Noah would pee in it and it's comfortable for him. Like obviously, you know, like it's just like a diaper. He's not gonna feel wet. So we had to buy a crap ton of underwear. And also along with that, buy carpet cleaner if you have carpet or a rug, because it's gonna obviously go through and there's gonna be pee on the carpet. So be prepared for that, but buy a bunch because it's gonna happen. Like he's gonna pee through 3, 4, 5, and 6 underwear a day, and you're gonna be doing lots of laundry. It's gonna happen, but that's okay because he's gonna get used to that feeling of being wet and he's not gonna like it. Because before, you know, he wouldn't tell me that he had to go pee. I just had to be in the routine of taking every 30 minutes. But once he realized even just a little bit that he'd pee on himself, he'd go pee, and he would walk all weird. Like he does not like the feeling of that.
No. Push it out. Good. Okay, all done.
So that gets in the routine, like, oh, I have to pee. I don't want this to happen again. Now, mind you, it still might happen every now and then, but they're not just gonna walk around in wet underwear. At least I don't think they would, because that's not comfortable. In this process, don't give up. Don't get discouraged. Don't compare your toddler to other toddlers and how great they're potty training, or if things get difficult, or even if your journey is more difficult than mine, like don't compare your kid. Don't give up. Every toddler is different. Just keep going. I promise you, like even if it takes more than 2 weeks, because it definitely took us about a month, it was not a 2-week journey. He will get there, she will get there, and eventually they'll get it and they're gonna be superstars and they're gonna be great. So don't compare your kid. Kids love routine. I will say it again, kids love routine. Find a routine that works for you guys and make it fun. Even if you find a certain song that you guys play every time he goes to the bathroom, a song you made up every time you go to the bathroom. If there's a baby bum song or an Encanto song, anything that they're gonna know when they have to go potty, these are the things that are gonna happen. When a toddler knows what's gonna happen every single time, it motivates them. They get excited because there's no anxiety around it. They know exactly what the structure is, what the plan is, what the routine is, and what's gonna happen. Our routine was just like, oh, you have to go pee-pee, we go to the potty, I put him on the toilet. He knows after that he has to wipe. Yes, I make my son wipe. And I allow him to flush the toilet, close the toilet seat, and flush the toilet himself. He knows that he has to wash his hands and dry his hands off, and done. Just that short routine in itself, he loves it and looks forward to doing it every single time. I almost feel like he says he has to go pee when he doesn't, just so he can have that routine. So find something that's fun and motivating that works for you guys. Last but not least, it's so crazy. I have to actually probably put up on here where I saw this. I actually just saw it yesterday on Instagram, and it was like, oh my God, this is exactly what happened to us. You go through your whole routine, right? For weeks, probably about up to a month, like for us, to get him to potty train. He or she potty train. They finally get it, right? Weeks gone great. They're on it. Potty training, they're peeing, they're telling you when they have to go, and then all of a sudden, they start peeing on themselves a lot, all over again. That is super normal. Can you believe that? So don't let that discourage you when that happens, or if it happens for you. It might not. It happened to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like he was doing so great at letting us know when he had to go pee, and now he's like peeing on himself all the time, like I'm out of underwear, we're out and about, like what do we do? Just go back to the beginning. Start taking him I keep saying him. Start taking her or him to the bathroom every hour again, every 30 minutes again, and get back in that routine. It's okay, they're human. Same thing happens to us. We might learn something and do great one day, and the next day it's like, man, it's not our day, mess up. Start from the basics, start from the very beginning again, and he or she will get it. It's okay. All right, so that's it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful and you took some tips from this, and let me know if this helps you, or if there's anything that y'all did that I didn't do that was helpful that I could probably still use to this day, or that can inspire other moms and dads out there trying to potty train their kids. I know it's super, super difficult. Thankfully, I had the privilege of being able to be at home with Noah all day. I hope that y'all will be able to somewhat do this for those working moms out there and working parents. It can be very difficult, but you will get through it and your child will be a superstar, I promise. So hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and look out for more videos. Bye.